Hi there, my name's Hillary and I'm here to guide you through a gentle yoga practice. You won't really need any props for this practice, but I will be using the wall at the end of class, and that's an option to you, but it's not required. So we're going to start off on our backs today, and we're going to start in Supta Baddha Konasana. So we're lying on our backs, soles of our feet together, arms by our side. So we'll ground our spine into the mat, hips grounded into the mat. We'll start to find our breath. So take a deep inhale in into your belly, filling up completely, and then exhaling out through nose or mouth. Remember to focus in on the present moment, on your breath, any worries or concerns, or anything that happened today, put that aside. Focus inward and on your own personal practice. Your breath work is a great way to ease any anxiety from the day. You'll want to continue to fill up slowly into your belly and then up through your chest, and then exhaling out. Take a few more rounds of breath in our lying meditation. Continue to breathe mindfully. Let's take one more inhale in, filling up completely, and then exhaling out completely. And then let's bring our knees into chest. And we'll massage your spine right to left. And then let's extend our legs out. And we'll lie on our backs again. Our feet are flexed, so we're going to do a little shoulder work here. So on an inhale, we'll lift our arms up tall. And then bring our arms behind us. Exhale, arms up tall, and then lower down. Inhale, arms up above our head. Exhale, arms by our side. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, arms sweep up tall, behind us. Exhale, arms by our side. And then release. And then from here, we're going to do our a supine twist, a little version of it. So we'll bend our knees, feet flat on the floor. We'll cross our left leg on top of our right. And then we'll lift our right foot off the mat and then take a twist to the right. Grounding our shoulders into the mat. Bring your arms to a T or to a cactus position. Grounding both shoulders into the mat. Gazes at the ceiling or to the left. We'll find our breath. Then inhale back to center. Let's uncross our legs, release our feet to the mat. And then we'll cross the right leg over left. And let's lift our left foot off the mat and then twist to the left. Gaze is either to the right or to up to the ceiling. Ground your shoulders into the mat. Inhale back to center, uncross your legs, hug your knees into chest, and then we'll slowly make our way back to a seated position. So from here, we'll keep our legs crossed, ground our sit bones into the mat, and have a tall spine. we're going to do a little breath work. It's called sun breath. So inhale, arms up tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then release. We're moving very slowly. So inhale, up completely, tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release, and then one more time. Inhale, arms sweep up tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then release our hands. And then from here, we'll do some neck stretches. So we'll turn our head to the right, drop our chin towards the right shoulder, feeling a stretch in the left side of the neck. Then inhale back to center, turn our head towards the left, dropping our chin towards the left shoulder, feeling the stretch on the right side of our neck. And inhale back to center. Then from here, we'll start our seated shoulder rolls. So we'll roll our shoulders to the front for 1, 2, 3, and then roll back for 1, 2, 3. And then we'll release our hands to our legs on the top of our thighs. So we'll circle forward towards the right for 1, and then for back, forward, and back. One more time, forward, then back, and then the center. So we'll start to circle to the left. So we'll circle towards the left, then forward, then back, left, forward, then back. One more time, left, forward, and then back, and then back to center. And then from here, we'll inhale, sweep our arms up tall. Exhale, twist, side bend to the right. So our left arm is above our head. Inhale, tall. Exhale, side bend to the right. So our right arm is above our head. Inhale up tall, both arms. Interlace our fingers, flip our palms up, take a long body stretch. And then exhale, release. And then from here, we'll extend our legs long. We're going to do some stretches for our ankles. So we'll point, and then flex. Point, and then flex. Point, and then flex. And then we'll do some rolls with our ankles. So we'll start with the right foot. So we'll rotate any direction you want to start with. So we'll rotate for 1, 2, 3, back to center, and then reverse for 1, 2, 3. Then we'll do the left foot. So we'll rotate for 1, 2, 3, back to center, and we'll reverse for 1, 2, 3. And then we'll bend our knees, feet flat on the floor. Let's walk our feet more than hip distance apart, placing our hands behind us. We're going to do some, it's called windshield wiper motion. So we'll shift our knees to the left, back to center, then to the left, the right, and then back to center, to the left, to center, to the right. We'll do it one more time. To the left, and then to center. Okay, and then let's make our way to tabletop. So wrists directly under shoulders, knees directly under hips. And then we're going to come into our forearms. Make sure your arms are about shoulder distance apart. The knees are hip distance apart. So you still have that long spine like you would in regular tabletop. So from here, we're going to do some cat and cow motions. So on our inhale, our belly drops, head rises for cow pose. Exhale, spine curls up, head drops for cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. And then we'll make our way to a neutral spine. And then we'll come back up into tabletop. And then from here, we're gonna do some wrist stretches. So we're in our tabletop position. And then we're gonna rotate our hand and have our fingers pointed towards us. So you can do one hand at a time or both. So you just rock back and forth. And I'll cue you when you need to, if you're doing one at a time. And then if you're doing one hand, switch. And then rock back and forth. And then we'll turn our hands so our left fingers are pointing towards the left and our right fingers are pointing towards the right. Then we'll shift from side to side. And then we'll sit back on our knees and then we'll roll our wrists any direction and then reverse. And then let's make our way back into tabletop. In our tabletop, we're going to do our thread the needle. So on our inhale, we'll sweep our right arm up tall, and then exhale, our left arm sweeps underneath us, and we'll rest our right shoulder on the mat, right side of our head on the mat. So our left arm is at a 90-degree angle. You can walk your hand to the front, or find your arm behind you. Take a few more breaths. And then slowly release your left hand. And then on your inhale, sweep your right arm up tall. And then release. And we'll do the other side. So on our inhale, our left arm sweeps up tall. Exhale, left arm sweeps under. Left shoulder rests on mat. Left side of the head on mat. Right arm's up at 90-degree angle, or binded behind you, or you just walk it in front. And then release your right hand, sweep your left arm up, back into tabletop. Okay, from our tabletop, we're going to do a forearm plank. So we'll lower our forearms to the mat, like we did in that cat and cow flow. And then we'll walk if you want to do it on your knees, just walk your knees back a little bit and keep a strong core. If you want more, tuck your toes under and then lift up your knees off the mat, keeping that strong core, pressing your forearms into the mat. So we'll hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then release to our knees, and then we'll walk our knees wide. Lower our hips towards our heels, releasing into child's pose, so arms out straight in front, forehead presses into the mat. Take a few more breaths. And then we'll walk our hands to the right off our mat, taking a side stretch in our child's pose. And then we'll walk our hands to the left. back to center. And then we'll make our way back into tabletop. Then from here, we'll walk, we'll step our right foot in between our hands for our low lunge. So make sure your right knee's stacked above your right ankle. Left leg is straight behind you. And then slowly walk your hands up to the top of your, to your right thigh. Keep your long spine, shoulders relaxed. Gently press forward. You still don't want to have your knee go past your ankle. It's just a nice hip stretch in your left hip. Then on our next exhale, we'll release our hands and then straighten your right leg. Digging our right heel into the mat, right toes point towards the ceiling, and then slowly forward fold towards your right knee. You'll feel a nice right hamstring stretch here. Inhale back into your low lunge, and then step it back into tabletop. Then we'll step our left leg forward, stacking knee above your right ankle. Your left knee above left ankle. Right leg is straight behind you. And then we'll walk our hands up on the top of our left thigh. Shoulders pull down. Hips face forward. And you just gently push your hips forward. Feeling the nice stretch in your right hip. And then exhale, release your hands, straighten that left leg. You have to walk your left foot forward, dig your left heel into the mat, left toes up, and then fold forward towards your left knee. Feeling the hamstring stretch on this side. This is called half splits. And then inhale back into your low lunge, and then step back into your tabletop. And then from here, we're going to probably do our only downward facing dog practice. So we'll tuck our both toes under, lift our hips up for downward facing dog. So you want to make sure your hands are shoulder distance apart and your feet are hip distance apart. Having a nice bend in your knees. Long spine from the crown of your head to your tailbone. So you just pedal out your heels like you're walking your dog, shaking your head yes and no. And then when you're ready, tiptoe your feet to the top of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll position, so your feet are still hip distance apart, grabbing opposite elbows, relaxing your neck, and swaying from side to side. And exhale, release. Then we'll inhale, curl our spine up one vertebra at a time. Head comes last. Then we find ourselves in our mountain pose. So from our mountain pose, we're going to do a couple of arm stretches. So inhale, arms sweep up tall, high mountain pose. And then exhale to a T, and then lower down. Inhale up, and then down to a T, arms by your side. Inhale, high mountain pose. Exhale to a T, and then arms by your side. Then we'll do some arm stretches. So we will bring our right arm in front of us like this, and then have it cross your body towards the right, and then our left arm will hug it in, your right arm in, for a nice shoulder stretch. And then release. Then we'll lift the left arm forward across our body, and then hug your left arm with your right arm. And then release. And then from here we're going to do some standing poses. So we'll ground our feet into the mat. Hug our, so our right foot is our standing leg, and we'll hug our left knee into chest, pulling it in towards your chest, grounding strongly into our right foot. And then release. We'll do the other side, so we're grounding into our left foot, and then we'll hug our right knee into chest. And then release. So we'll do some hip rotations. So we'll start with our right foot's our grounding foot. So our left leg will rotate in and out, and then in and out, in and then out. One more time, in and then out, release. So we'll ground into our left foot. So lift our right leg up, rotate in, then out, release, rotate in, out, release, and then in, out, release. Shake it out. And then from here, let's sweep our arms up tall to a high mountain pose. And then we'll take a back bend. So our hips press forward, chest opens up, head drops down back, and inhale, rise up tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do a couple of stretches, side stretches. So we're going to prepare for this, we're going to take our left foot behind our right foot. And then we'll inhale, sweep our arms up tall, palms together, side stretch to the right. And then inhale tall, release our arms, uncross. So we'll take our right foot behind the left, sweep our arms up tall, high mountain pose, palms together, side bend to the left. And inhale back to center, release. Need to adjust my mat a little bit. We're going to do some standing poses. So we're going to step wide into have our toes forward and their feet are parallel. So I'm going to rewind a bit. So our feet are going to be at a 45-degree angle. And then we'll squat down into a horse pose. So our tailbone is tucked under slightly. You can stay here or move side to side. Gently moving with your breath. And then inhale up to a star pose. Now we can parallel out our feet. Hinge at our hips, take a wide-legged forward fold. So you can fold completely or just take a half fold with your hands on your shins or on your thighs. And take any variation of forward fold you would like. You can take like a ragdoll position walk your hands forward, back, grabbing your ankles. And then on our next exhale, we're gonna take a gentle side lunges from side to side. So we'll lunge to the left, and then lunge to the right. You don't have to go very deep in this since this is gentle movements from side to side. And then we'll start to walk our hands forward towards our right foot into a runner's lunge. So our right knee is stacked above right ankle, and then our the ball of our left foot is pressed into the mat. And then when you're ready, lift up into your crescent warrior pose. So it's okay to take it slow, adjusting your stance, make sure your hips are facing forward, and then you can lift your arms up. Shoulders pull down, palms face each other. Just find your breath, easy breaths here. And then on our next exhale, we're going to open up to warrior two. So our back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Right leg still at that 90-degree angle. Make sure your hips are facing towards the left side of the room. And then when you're ready, tee out your arms. Strong arms, shoulders pull down, gaze is over your right hand. And then on your next inhale, we'll straighten our right leg. Left arm comes by your side, right arm sweeps up. It's called reverse triangle pose. Feeling a nice stretch in the right side of your body. Then inhale back to your T. And then we'll step our back foot forward a little bit. And your back foot can be at about a 45-degree angle. We're going to take triangle pose. So we'll reach as forward as far as we can. And then take triangle pose. Right hand on shin. Left arm opens up. Left arm straight up ahead. Up tall. Then inhale right up back to center. Now come into that star position with parallel feet. Then exhale, hinge at your hips for that wide-legged forward fold. Any variation you like, you can do something different. And then we'll walk our hands towards our left foot into that runner's lunge. And then when you're ready, lift up into your crescent lunge. Checking in on your alignment, make sure your hips are facing forward. Your left ankle is stacked above your left knee, below your left knee. And then rise up into your crescent when you're ready. Shoulders away from your ears. And then exhale, tee out your arms. And then your back, remember your back heel is parallel to that back edge of the mat. Left leg's at that 90-degree angle. Arms strong, gaze over your left hand. And then inhale, straighten that left leg. Sweep your left arm up above your head, right arm by your side for a reverse triangle. Feeling the stretch in the left side of your body. Then inhale to a T. Step that back foot in a bit. Reach forward. Take that triangle pose on the left side. And then inhale back to center, to your star pose. Hinge at your hips. wide-legged forward fold. And we'll walk our hands towards our right foot. Do our runner's lunge. And then we'll step back into downward facing dog. And let's pedal out our heels. And then we'll lower our knees to the mat. And then from here, let's come to our bellies and take a Sphinx pose. So our forearms are on the mat. This is a gentle back bend. So our shoulders are pulled back and we're pressing our forearms into the mat. Pressing our chest forward. Gazes forward. And then from here we'll gaze over our left shoulder, lifting the left leg. Release. Gaze over right shoulder, lifting our right foot. Release. Gaze over left shoulder. Release. And then gaze over our right shoulder. Release. And then from here, let's make our way to our backs. Let's hug our knees to chest. And then we'll hug our right knee into chest, extend our left leg. And just rock your right knee from side to side. You can create little circles with your right knee. And reverse. And then let's extend our right leg tall, right foot flex, and then interlace our fingers behind our right leg. And you can keep your left leg bent or extended. And just start to slowly bring your right knee towards you. And then exhale, release. Bring our left knee towards into chest. Hug it in. You can move your left knee from side to side. And create little circles with your knee. And reverse. And then we'll extend our left leg. Left foot is flexed, interlacing your fingers behind your leg. And gently pulling your left leg towards you. And then slowly release your left leg. Take a long body stretch. And then from here, let's make our way to the wall, or you have the option to use the wall for this the next part of these poses. So we're going to do a figure 4 stretch. So traditional way is to have both knees bent, feet flat on the floor. So you'll cross your left ankle above right knee, and then you'll interlace your fingers behind your right leg. You can take that version, or if you have a wall to use, so you'll bring your right foot to the wall and then cross your left leg above your right ankle. You don't have to use your hands at all in this. All you have to intensify the stretch, you can walk your hips towards the wall. And you can take your left hand and gently press on that left leg, keeping your left foot flexed as well. We'll continue to breathe into our stretch. Then release, and let's switch sides. So if you're against the wall, your left foot goes on the wall, and then your right leg, right ankle above left knee. One side might be tighter than the other, so adjust accordingly. Take a few more breaths here. Take one more inhale in. Exhale out completely. And then from here, we're going to spend the next couple minutes in any pose you would like. So you can do legs up the wall. If you have that wall space available to you, you can work on your shoulder stand. You can do a bridge pose, additional stretches. So find what works for you. So remember, if you're up against the wall with your legs, so make sure both feet are flexed and your hips are right up against the wall. Just continue to move and stretch in a way that feels good for you in these final moments. If you're doing a two-sided pose, make sure to switch to the other side. Take a few more breaths in our final pose. One more inhale in. Exhale out completely. Slowly roll off to the side. If you're in legs up the wall, hug your knees into chest. And just massaging your spine. And then we'll find our way to our final resting pose of your choice. You can take Supta Baddha Konasana again. You can take Shavasana on your back, knees bent or legs extended in front of you. Fetal position, Shavasana on your belly. And do one last body scan. In the front of your head, down through your shoulders, arms, your hands, back, your hips, legs, and feet. Melting into the mat, soaking in the last moments of your practice. Today's meditation reading is a little bit different today. It's from Jeff Foster, and you can find him on Instagram. It's Jeff Foster Official, and this is one from one of his recent posts. It says, "Let yourself rest. If you're exhausted, rest.
If you don't feel like starting a new project, don't. If you don't feel the urge to make something new, just rest in the beauty and the old, the familiar, the known. If you don't feel like talking, stay silent. If you're fed up with the news, turn it off. If you want to postpone something until tomorrow, do it. If you want to do nothing, let yourself do nothing today. Feel the fullness of the emptiness, the vastness of the silence, the sheer life in your unproductive moments. Time does not always need to be filled. You are enough simply in your being. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, wrists and ankles. Slowly start to awaken and start to transition into a fetal position on the right or left side. Using your arm as a pillow, we'll spend a few moments here. And then when you're ready, slowly make your way to a comfortable seated position, cross-legged, grounding your sit bones into the mat, keeping a tall spine, shoulders relaxed. So take one long inhale in, sweeping your arms up tall, exhaling, hands to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I hope it was helpful. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Have a good day.